We've talked about angels, we've talked about demons. Now let's talk about us normal folk. Humans in Sanctuary are a weird lot when it comes to the cosmos of Diablo. Everyone else is born good or evil. Humans are born neutral and they get to choose over the course of their life what they want to be. But why is this? Let's rewind to the eternal conflict, which is a bit confusing given that it's eternal, so it should always be going on, but whatever, just go with it. Angels and demons fought for thousands of years over something called the World Stone. It was big and powerful and stuff. However, given that the conflict was at almost a complete standstill, some on each side grew tired of it and wanted to live away from the conflict. In particular, there was one pair, Lilith and Inarius, a demon and an angel. They had a rocky start but fell in love, and like the ending of any romantic comedy, they plotted to run away together. They and groups of like-minded angels and demons banded together and stole the World Stone in secret and used it to create the world of Sanctuary, hiding the stone in Mount Ariat. This is why the world is called Sanctuary. It was supposed to be a haven from the conflict between demons and angels. They actually lasted a pretty long time before anyone noticed the World Stone was gone. Long enough, in fact, that angels and demons on Sanctuary intermingled and gave birth to a new race called the Nephilim. The Nephilim were powerful, more so than even the angels and demons combined, and they were not restricted by the circumstances of their birth. They could choose to be good or evil. Lilith had a plan for Sanctuary, though, to use the Nephilim as her own personal army to defeat both angel and demon and rule supreme, and she killed all angels and demons who stood in her way. Except for Inarius, her beloved of course. Inarius wasn't too happy about this. He was conflicted, seeing the Nephilim as monstrosities, but also as his own children. But most of all, he wanted Sanctuary to remain hidden, and also for the Nephilim to worship him as a god. That too. And so he banished Lilith to the void and altered the World Stone to slowly dampen the power of the Nephilim over generations until they became simple humans. However, their efforts caught the attention of the prime evils, Diablo, Mephisto, and Baal. Their approach was subtle and created a religion known as the Triune in order to convert the humans to their cause. Inarius saw he was getting one-upped in the whole being worship department and started his own religion called the Cathedral of Light in opposition. And so began the Sin War, which was not only a pivotal event in Diablo history, but a decent album released by a Polish metal band in 2012 whose name I can't pronounce. This whole back and forth of ideological warfare went on for about a decade before Lilith found her way back. She saw the two groups and wanted them both gone, so she gave access to the Nephilim power from the World Stone to a man and his friends. That man's name was Odyssean. Her plan worked and he toppled the Triune, but then he turned on her and banished her to the void again. Not sure why it didn't work the first time, but whatever, maybe he didn't know. So now it was Odyssean versus Inarius and his cathedral, and Odyssean cleaned that angel's clock. But this little war of theirs had one costly effect. Heaven noticed Sanctuary was there. Tyrael showed up and, seeing Odyssean victorious over his angel brother, unleashed the full armies of heaven upon Sanctuary. The armies of hell, not to be one-upped, burst from the ground and so started a three-way fight between heaven, hell, and the Nephilim. And once more, the Nephilim led by Odyssean wrecked house on both of them. But Odyssean noticed a small problem during the fight, that the Nephilim power he was releasing was threatening to destroy the world, and that all that power was stripping away his humanity. He was faced with a choice: use that power for his own gains and fall to evil, or rid Sanctuary of it. He chose option 2, taking all the Nephilim's power into himself and releasing it to reset the World Stone and its dampening effect on humanity. This cost him his life. After this battle, and knowing that humanity was now weakened but still had the potential to kill them all, the Anguirus Council and Mephisto, the only prime evil who could have a conversation with angels without attempting to eat their organs, came to an agreement. Heaven and hell would leave Sanctuary alone out of the great conflict and to discover its own destiny. In return, hell would keep Inarius as a prisoner. Mephisto was Lilith's father, you see, and he didn't take kindly on the whole eloping bit. In addition, the memories of humanity would be wiped so they would not know about angels or demons. Now let's do the time warp again and flash forward to the end of Diablo 2. You may remember that Mount Ariat and the World Stone were almost corrupted by Baal and had to be destroyed by Tyrael. Well, remember when we said that the World Stone was what was keeping the Nephilim powers in check? Well, by the time Diablo 3 rolls around, we find the protagonists have started to regain their Nephilim power. We are the Nephilim. And by fighting the forces of hell, we slowly regain that power and destroy Diablo when she contained all the evils within her, and Malthael when he embodied the aspect of death. Diablo 3 ends with Tyrael, who had been helping us accomplish our goals, looking upon the Nephilim in fear. Humanity's hidden power was slowly being unleashed once more, and no matter what path they chose, neither heaven or hell could stop them. We can only hope they continue to fight for good. End loot. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons, and take care, everybody.